What is the fascination with being the best? Why is it that we always have to define ourselves as the best? And I know that there is a marketplace for it. If you are the best, we all recognize that people will be attracted to the best and people will be fascinated with what you're trying to do and what you're about. But it's fascinating that we have defined ourselves. And I understand many years ago, the origins of this is that we were a tribal society. And many years ago, if you were the best hunter or the best gardener, people would come from miles around to find out why you actually are the best hunter or the best gardener, or they would give you all sorts of accolades and all that kind of stuff within your little tribe. But, you know, it's interesting that we have in modern culture, we have perversely equated the being the best within a very small tribal community to figuring out, hey, I'm the best in this particular thing, um, within this within this genre in the entire world. That is a totally different story. So when we end up doing this is like collectively, you could see almost all of us do this is we define ourselves if we as maybe as an organization, maybe as individuals, maybe as groups, we define ourselves as we are the best in this particular area, and then we just simply recategorize to find the best thing where we are excited, or we are the best in this particular area, and we could define ourselves by being the best. And then what's fascinating is that we ignore all the things where we're not best at, right? The best Olympians in the world, you pick it. Many of them are not going to be good at algebra. Many of them are not going to be good at calculus. Okay, and you might find somebody that is good, a world class Olympian that is good at calculus. Well, they might not be good at hairstyling, right? We forget um, all of these things, right? Where we define ourselves from the best, we don't define ourselves by our collective identity of all the things that are going on within us or around us. Um, and we don't define ourselves sort of holistically by all of these kind of things. We start simply saying, oh, I don't know, I am not very good at this, I'm not very good at that. All of a sudden, society, like lots of people start coming out of the woodwork and are like, oh, you're okay, like they start thinking that there's something wrong. But realistically, you're just being more honest and you're being open about that there is a collective of different things. You are many different traits all blended together that makes you you. And that if you are a best in an area, you genuinely are the best. You're an Olympian in an area, then you're a genetic abnormality, just like somebody else has a genetic abnormality and some other thing that doesn't make them the best. And it's fascinating how we have equated, if you just think about the ecology of this, right? We've equated these things, the tendency to be the best at something, as the most important thing that we need to do. Um, that is the end all and be all. And it's fascinating, even when you think about it, you may be the best Olympian, but that's such a fleeting thing that disappears within a moment. right? And you might, yeah, you can say that you are an Olympian and you can go, and that is really fascinating. And I've met a couple of Olympians before, and man, I'm giddy around them, right? Like it's for me, I have this sort of reactions too. And I'm giddy because it's like, oh, this is really cool. This person has done something that's very difficult to do, but their genetic abnormality, and it was fleeting, and they were only best in this one little tiny area. They weren't best in a collective of many different things. And believe you me, some of the Olympians that I've met, they are not right. Like they're definitely, they might have a hard time public speaking or whatever, right? And I want you to take a step back. And as we are thinking about, I need to be the best. Why am I not the best? How do I define myself to be the best? Take a step back and just say, wait a minute. Why? Why is that going on? What is that social process? Frankly, I don't know what the answer is. Why we have to define ourselves by the best. That's a much more trickier problem than in a tribal community where there's 50 people in this little tribe, um, collectively with billions of people around this world, you can define yourself as the best in any particular area. And it becomes easy to actually do. But the question is, why do we have to define ourselves repeatedly, even though it's fairly arbitrary on how we define ourselves as the best? And that best is fleeting and disappears, and you'll never know about that best in 5 years or 10 years. So I just want you to take a step back from your identity and think, save yourself from defining yourself as the best, and just simply say, I'm me. I'm who I am, and some of my things are not great, and some of my things are maybe great. I don't know, but I'm just me, and I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna take the steps, regardless of whether I am best or not, and I'm gonna do my job to to the best of my abilities. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna be the best. It just means I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do my thing, and that's it. That's perfectly fine. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.